Well, he joins us right here live in our Lagos studio. Larry J is a comedian, an MC, and a businessman. Larry J, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
The audio did not allow us to hear everything that was said. So what was going on there? I know that's Reverend Eze's birthday, right?
Yes.
So people were just cracking up. What were you saying? Before it gets to you.
I was saying what was in my mind. I was saying a lot. I was saying things that happened to me, things that happened recently compared to the way it used to happen back then. So literally, I was just talking about taking my son for immunization, I was suspecting him of being an alcoholic at 6 months because of the way he used to drink Cerelac. You cannot be finishing a tin of Cerelac, but like 1.5 tin of Cerelac per day. Do you understand? And that's like finishing a crate of beer. Do you understand? So I started suspecting him, like, this guy, he must not be an alcoholic, because nowadays and then I went to the immunization for my son. On getting there, I realized there was a woman coming in for an emergency, and then she said that her own son is not eating. Do you know when you take your son who is eating too much to the hospital for immunization, and someone else comes with their son that is not eating? I start envying them, like, wow, you don't know what God is doing for you. Your son is not eating. Do you understand? And then by the time I got there, and then realized that in our own days, even you people that are asking me questions, when you were growing up, they never took you to the hospital for not eating. There's always one grandma that will force pap down your throat.
Exactly.
As in, you will not have a choice. You cannot, your eating or drinking pap is not by choice, it's by force. That's the reason why I can see your stomach now is coming out. You understand?
I'm trying.
It's not because he wants to come out, it's the pap of those days. It will develop with you. Do you understand? That's why we are all struggling in the gym. You can't walk. The pap of those days that block our future 6 packs. We can never have it. Yeah, and those days they will give you pap to the extent that pap, we drank pap to the extent that pap was tasting like ice cream in our mouth. It was a natural phenomenon. And at some point, my mother was mixing, we're drinking pap and pap. Do you know what it means to drink pap and pap? Some people drink pap and milk, some people drink pap and sugar. We were drinking pap and pap. They use Ogi Baba, that's the brown one, and put the yellow one on top. My mother will now lie to us that, don't worry, it's milk. We'll taste, you say this thing tastes like that. She said, don't worry, when it gets inside your stomach, it will be sweet. So we'll not be rushing it so our stomach can be sweet. And guess what? That was fraud. It did not happen. It was never sweet, but we're drinking it with joy. But it's just that no matter how many pap you drink, you will just be pissing up and down. That's up to now. Up to now, I don't like pap again, because all the pap I'm supposed to drink in my future, I've drank it in the past.
So what other thing did your mom or your parents do?
No, my parents have done a lot.
No, that you feel that this was really fraud, though, when you grew up and looked back.
No, everything then was fraudulent. It was fraudulent. It's wickedness. Even educational system it is wickedness. Because tell me, as a human being, me and you are in class and plenty other people, a teacher asks a question and the people that know it answer. Have you noticed that it's the people that did not raise their hand that they will be calling? They will leave the ones that know it. If it's not wickedness and Satan that is working inside them, you see somebody that say, oh, I know this question, I know the answer to this question, you will not call that. You see someone that don't know anything, you know, say, what is it? Is that not, can you see wickedness? As I would say, Nigeria is bad. It's our teachers that have started spoiling it for. You know, they will be calling the people that don't know how to do something to do the thing now. They will be blaming them for getting it wrong. You are the one that called them now.
I get the joke.
Do you see how it's working with nowadays? The people that don't want to be something, you force them to go there, and then when they get there, you now be asking that why they do that. It's you now. You're the one that called them there. That's the way it has been, and that's the way it still is. There's a lot of fraud going on back then. And children don't know what they benefit now, because now you can literally sit down and have a conversation with your child. Can you have a conversation with your mother?
What kind of conversation are you going to have?
That's the question. What kind of conversation are you going to have? It was shocking to me when somebody came to me and was like, oh, Larry, I want a little boy. He came to me and was like, do you know, I asked him, I said, what's the most interesting part of your life? He said, I'm always very excited when my mother smiles at me. And I was shocked, because I'm like, How will you be happy and your mother is happy at the same time? Like, the timing must not, somebody must be absent for joy to be present in one place. If I'm too happy, my mother will suspect that, she can just call me and beat me, and after beating me, I'll ask her, why did you beat me? She say she can't really remember, but she's suspecting me that I've done something. You get? I think it's only my mother that we want to travel, she will beat us. We'll be crying. And then we'll ask her, Mommy, what did you do? She say, no, I'm traveling now, and I know before I come back, I'll be very tired. I know before I come back, you will have done something. So she's beating us in advance. So even when we offend our neighbors will be like, I'll report it to your parents. Will be looking and see you. Me that my mommy have beat me already. Do you understand? So we were immune to some things, and it boils down to the fact that the way we're being raised and the way we raise people now is quite different.
Was that a good? Did it have its merits as well?
Trust me, believe me, it had its advantage. Yeah. Right now, I don't know how to do something. Some things that I don't know how. For example, I don't know how to stay dirty for a very long time without, like, somewhere in my subconscious, I'll hear my mother shout, Lani, go and wash that plate. You must not leave it 2 days plate in the kitchen. Are you okay? I'll be hearing it in my subconscious. And it has actually brought me into the part, and which brings me to the part of respect. Like, you need to respect older people. You need to, you don't, and the way we communicate with each other, you need to give each other that mutual respect. That's why a young chap, a young person now can see you and decide not to greet you. If you ask him, he'll say, like, what do you call that thing?
Mental health.
My brother, mental health has suffered in Nigeria than any other country. It's a serious thing though. But the way they have bastardized it, you see someone who is doing something wrong and they'll tell you, it's affecting my mental health. Oga, you are the one stealing. How is your mental health and stealing the same thing? You say he's just trying to balance his mental health. You are trying to balance your mental health with another person's financial condition. You get it? How is he? Are you not the one that is mentally disturbed?
That's aligning, right?
Yeah.
You know, Larry J, you've talked a lot in your interviews about how your formative years, informed your comedy, shaped your comedy. And each time I watch you, I can just see that it's very easy for you to get into character and have that, expression of wanting to cry, which is very funny. Just to piggyback on Jeffrey's question, sometimes I wonder which of the jokes are exaggeration about how mommy, disciplined you, and has it, sort of informed the way that you also your approach to disciplining your children, which in today's age is considered an abuse if you use the rod on children. Yeah.
I'll say, even the good book says, the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. In our own day, it was one that used the rod to kill the child because they used the rod well. But now there is sort of balance. Do you understand? Like me, for example, raising my own children, I don't flog them every time. Sometimes, I learn from them because you tend to learn new things from them. They tend to use bigger words now. The first time I told my father I'm excited, my father said, go use paracetamol because he does not know the meaning. Like,
did that really happen?
He said it. He said he's going to use paracetamol. I said, well, so that excitement can cause me to vomit. I use paracetamol. So it was. My children tend to teach me a lot. But sometimes when they go, they know when they have gone above. They know, smacking is about to come. It's about to go down. And it goes down. Because the children will always try you. They will try you to see if you move. If they realize the same reaction they'll get, they'll just keep doing it. All you do is give them the same. If it's just shout, you shout, that's it. But if you make them understand, but one thing I don't say most of the time, especially when it's comedy, is the fact that anytime my parents beat me, they still sit me down and tell me what I've done. So I will know, okay, this is where I went wrong. Does that mean I will not still do it again? I might find myself still doing it. But the same thing will still reoccur. But guess what? Over time, it has taught me that, okay, this one is actually wrong. Because you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. It will still be the same results. And the result gets worse by the day. So maybe you do something, they give you one smack. After it turns to one slap. After it turns to one stroke of care. After it turns to 12. My mother did not give me one. I'm talking about now for my own children. 1, 2, 2. Then it's 12 and above. 12, 24. I did not know the 12 times table. It was my father that made me know it. It's the amount of times I have it. 12. It's straight. 12. 12. Like 12 times table and 6 times table. My father made me know it. 6 strokes of cane. 12, 18. 24. And that's the way you arrange. Yeah, in sequence. And that's the way you arrange it. If you commit an offense today, it's wrong. 6. If you do the same thing, 12.
The parents of this are quite funny. My father did not like to flog on Sundays.
You see, he was keeping it holy. Your father was keeping it holy. And well, my father, funny enough, they don't flog me on Sunday. He can wait. That's when I realized Jesus is actually coming like a thief in the night. Because I told him, I sent him, I gave him assignment when I was young. That Jesus, so I know you and my mother, you don't have a relationship. Because I use my football to break the glass of my neighbor. My mother is not talking to. Do you understand? So it was a glorious disaster. So there was fights all look like the whole street. And then my mother said, just go inside. For my father to speak good English. I just know he's going down. So get inside. I went inside. The whole fight, after the thing calmed down, they settled the whole matter. I then pray, I say, God, just do this one thing for me. Enter my mother, because I know my mother and Jesus, they don't, it's not like, with the way she's acting in the house, I'm not sure they have relationship. But she goes to church. But my father is a pastor. The way she used to beat us, I'm not sure Jesus know about it. She get, because there's a way your parents ever beat you to the extent that you're hoping that one day your real mother and father will come to the house, they'll come and carry you out. So even when they were teaching us Bible knowledge in school, that Satan, he came to kill, steal, and destroy. The way my Bible knowledge teacher was teaching me about Satan, I'm like, Satan is learning work. My mother can kill you and kill your spirit. You get, like, my mother will tell me. She'll tell me, say,
is mommy watching, by the way?
She's watching.
She's watching.
And she knows what I'm saying is true. My mother will look at me, she'll tell me, I have 4 children. If one lost, I'm not Jesus, I'll not look for it. I still have 3 more. So you are the one that you're telling me that you say if you lost. My brother, you can actually lose. You can lose. And it's very strange because of knowing all of these things. My mother told me, say, and get inside. My father to say, get inside. I went inside. I prayed. I went on my knees. I said, pray. I said, Jesus, just enter my mother. Because I know you are not anywhere there. Just enter. Don't let her beat me. Guess what? We came inside. In fact, one visitor came around. As in, it was joyous. They were laughing. They were happy. I was even saying, thank you, Jesus, because she did not remember again. As in 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they even give me food. At that point, I cannot eat anything. They gave me food. The food was not even having taste. I didn't even bother. I just left the food. I went to bed. I didn't sleep. I was still praying, but I didn't know when sleep take me away. That was when I knew that Jesus will come like a thief in the night, because he was already inside my mother. My mother came around 1 a.m. in the middle of the night. I first hear, in my dream, I enter river. I don't know that they pour me water to wake up. But the flogging of the day before that they told me to go inside for. Have they beat you before? You were crying and then they were not beating you to stop crying so that you not wake the neighbor. And so I was collecting 2 beating at the same time. You know what it means? And she was not beating me and asking me questions. And that's the only part where I realized that my mother, she can multitask. Like, she can beat you, asking questions, answering questions. My mother didn't know that beat you. I told you to not play football. Who asked you to play? He is It's my friend asking who asked you to stop talking. You know, she asking you questions, you're answering. She's telling you to shut up. She's saying, why are you talking to her? She's not talking to you. You see, she will promise you 12 strokes, but trust me, it's 721 strokes that you collect that day. And all of these things have shaped people like me, and I'm not the only one. There are millions, there are lots of us out there that grew up like
especially millennials and the people before.
Indeed.
This is Gen Alpha, well.
Yeah, no, this is not this is generator, because they are dying and waking up, dying and waking up. They don't even know what exactly they are doing. And but I believe if we millennials do what it takes to actually do better in our way of life, they will follow suit. I feel like what they see you do is what they want to do. It's not what you say. So our parents used to tell us, do what I say. But nowadays, people, is what you do, they will do.
Exactly.
It's not what you are saying. So if you are acting a certain way, I think they don't know, it's a lie. They know. You see that thing and they'll still do it.
You can say that again. This could have passed for a show, by the way. I wonder, did you rehearse this
free ticket
before coming?
I didn't rehearse anything. It's something that comes naturally. It happened to me, so I'm sharing testimony of how I'm living long and how I'm still alive. It's not a joke. It's reality.
And it's amazing how you've been able to sort of document your experience, and you've turned it into an art form itself. And relatedly, you pride yourself in being able to do ethical comedy, and which is not, what we see around these days. Before you know it, it begins to dance around the edges of propriety. So talk to us about ethical comedy.
Ethical comedy for me is such that you say something, you edify people, you inform them, and at the same time, they are not uncomfortable with what you're saying. At the same time, they are being informed. At the same time, they are laughing so hard. At the same time, they are getting more than they expect. So that's what comedy is about, feeling good. Like they say, comedy is good medicine. So we're actually giving you dopamine for free for laughing.
We appreciate.
You're welcome. And we're actually giving you dopamine for free. And if we bring it in a vulgar jokes are jokes, it will make people laugh also. But it's one thing for them to laugh, it's another thing for them to actually be in a very good state and want to remember that. Nobody wants to remember people that fear in that state.
We cannot leave and close without talking about your next line of projects. What are you working on? Are you working on a movie? Are you working on a show? Is the Yuletide ready for you? Are you ready for the Yuletide? What is going on with Larry J?
A lot is going on with Larry J at the moment. A lot. When I say a lot, like for Christmas, I have something planned called 7 Days of Christmas. In fact, it's 7 nights of Christmas. It's not 7 days, because it's every single day from the 28th to the 27th. Every single day we are putting smile in the faces of people, and if we can get as much people who wants to join on that ride, just put smile in the faces of people. Like, if you need joy, just come. Do you understand? Some might cost money, some might not. Because some of which are not even my show. For example, we might be going to a place like Imam My God's show. I'll be there also. Let's just be there. Ethical comedy, sane environment, enjoy ourselves, have good Christmas. We don't necessarily have to go somewhere where we don't really want to, but we are forced to. Do you understand? I don't want to start mentioning it. Like, because we want to have fun, let's just go here. And then by the time you get there, you are saying things that you are going, and then you are using one hand to block your children's face. Like, don't see this. So, you understand? Just a very good environment. And then on the 27th, big shout out to Egotel and Alpha Global, who I've decided to say, Larry, you know,
Okay.
just
Like a lot of numbers. Belmont, thank you for giving us a free show today. Thank you so much. You gave us a free show. 7 days of Christmas.
Christmas, 7 nights.
7 nights. We'll
Christmas.
try and stop. But I think Dr. Foy is involved in this as
Yeah,
well.
Dr. Foy is part of it
Yes,
for the
Dr. Foy. We've had Dr. Foy on the show before.
Yeah.
I think we'll look for a way to stop by and just to laugh. I love to laugh.
You
Larry J.
get it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
But maybe stick around with us for a moment. One of our colleagues was on leave. He's now back.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So it's a full show today.
It's a full show today.
Don't worry, use me anyhow. It's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Kay's back.
Hello.
Hi, Larry J. How you doing? Very well, thank you. Let us laugh so much backstage. Everybody's tumbling.
Thank you so
It's
much.
good to have you back.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Okay.
I feel like a guest on the show.
Yeah, no, that's the idea. So bring you like a guest. So that's the idea. So we've taken our time to rest for the year.
Yeah.
And all of us are now back as a full house. So guys, thank you so much for your time and of course your usual company. We're now complete. The Trapper. So I won't say Trapper.
Yeah, it's okay.
The Three
Trapper.
Musketeers.
The Three Musketeers.
I'm Jeff Rizzo. Sunrise Daily is up next at the top of the hour. Thank you for watching.
We'll be back tomorrow. I am Bukola Koka.
Is it okay to say my name too?
Yes.
I'm Kyle Okikelu.
And he's Larry J.
Larry J.
Bye-bye.